Hello everyone, I'm Krasi, and we'll be looking at the new moon, but the real new moon, the one that we really see on the sky. In my previous videos, I was mentioning that the new moon, the terminology new moon is maybe not well understood, because new moon would mean the moment when you see the first lunar crescent on the sky. And this is happening when the moon is already separating from the conjunction with the sun, and we are able to see the first lunar crescent on the sky. So this is happening on the evening of the 14th of May, and we see the appearance of the first lunar crescent in the very first degrees of the sign Gemini. This is a very interesting first new moon, which is showing us the new cycle of the moon, the new lunar month, because the beginning of every cycle is determining the whole cycle, how the whole cycle of the moon, how the whole lunar month will look like. So I've been talking about the next 14 days from this first appearance of the moon until the full moon, when we have the exact opposition between the moon and the sun. So what is happening? What are the celestial configurations that will influence our next 2 weeks? They're quite benevolent, because first of all, when the moon appears for the first time, the first beautiful thin lunar crescent on the western horizon at the moment when the sun is setting would be happening in the 2nd degrees of Gemini. Well, this is very interesting, because there you have the star Betelgeuse. In some languages they pronounce it Betelgeuse. I don't know, I think the right pronunciation probably is Betelgeuse. So the moon appears in exact conjunction with the star Betelgeuse, and a bit further in the 18 degrees of Gemini, I'm talking sidereal astrology, we have Mars. But this is not exact conjunction, they share only the energies of Gemini, but it is not only, they still exchange energies indeed. So what is this meaning? Moon appears conjoined Betelgeuse. There are so many astronomical facts around the star Betelgeuse, and first of all, let me tell you that according to Hermes, the star has the nature of conjunction, of the shared energies between Saturn and Venus. And this star, when people have it on important position in their horoscopes with their moon and sun, this star is making them very much interested to research hidden knowledge, esoteric sciences. These people would be natural researchers. So the moon appears in these degrees. What is also astronomically interesting, this star Betelgeuse is very active now. It's red giant. You can even see the star, and it is believed that it will turn into supernova quite soon. Well, I don't know what is soon, but it is about to happen. So this star is actively influencing us, because it's in a certain phase of her life. So Betelgeuse is about research, it is about knowledge, occultism, it is about diseases too, because it was known, it was believed that one of the reasons, we have many reasons behind the what happened with the world, with the diseased plant disease, is due to the phase of Betelgeuse and the heliacal, not heliacal, but the phases in the life cycle of Betelgeuse, the star. What will this moon remind us? Well, obviously we haven't forgotten about what is going on. I'm not gonna mention it, but the moon will remind us again about the beginning of this cycle, and maybe even bring it to some sort of solutional closure, because in this very moment, the moon is applying to harmonious aspect with Jupiter. This is very important, and Jupiter, as we speak, is in quite powerful degrees too, but also he has better dignities in sidereal Aquarius than when he was in Capricorn, because in Capricorn he was quite well suppressed by the powerful influences of Saturn. So this is one thing. Then of course it will be about knowledge and information, and in more not that suppressed way. So up until now we've been witnessing, and we're still witnessing, complete manipulation and complete well, attempts of destroying the real truth, hiding knowledge and information from us. Now we're entering more benevolent period in terms of disinformation, receiving truth, knowledge, information, sharing it in a more brave and also truthful way. Also, let's not forget that Mercury, who is ruling the moon, is visible and conjoined the star Rigel, the star of money. So financially, for some, this can be also very benevolent. Talking about finances and markets, since this is important, let's not forget, this will not solve the financial market situation. It cannot, because if you remember, I mentioned the first appearance of Venus happened in Aries, her sign, where she's not strong enough, and also she received the Saturn in square. This square of Saturn is showing that the whole cycle of Venus, which is 1.5 years ahead, will not make her strong enough to give us financial complete relief for the markets to start growing again. No, we cannot expect this now too. But for people, let's say, who have powerful, who have Mercury influence their lives, their horoscopes, or Venus, and I'll explain this a bit later. This would be actually benefic period for their businesses, for their work. So this is just briefly. Then what is happening? Well, you see moon starts her cycle with the trine from Jupiter. Beautiful, really beautiful for our awakening. Awakening became cliche, let's say, for our life time of finding who we really are, remembering who we really are. So this is beautiful for our philosophical searchings, and for our well, it is just a very beautiful trine. Also of course, in the sun is about to enter Taurus. Venus is visible. Venus will be the whole month of May in Taurus, and this is of course very strong, very beautiful. But a bit when I start talking day by day, maybe you have better idea of what I mean. So let's start indeed from the first day of the visibility of the moon. Now, here what is important also to mention is that when we look at lunar days, because they are very important, they are influencing our lives, daily lives, really very much. The movement, moon is everything. The moon is giving us life. The moon is present when we leave this planet. The moon is present when we perform anything, any event is happening with the help of the moon. So we are following the path of the moon from the appearance of her crescent. In the evenings, every evening is the appearance of the lunar crescent is showing how the day will look like. So we are starting from the appearance of the moon in the evening of 14 May, which will determine how the day of the 15th will look like. So we'll be talking about 15th of May, Saturday, day ruled by Saturn, obviously. When Saturn is ruling the day, of course, the Saturn in heavy karmic disciplined energies are ruling us, and it's good if we welcome the sun. We look at Saturn and we at the sun, and we imagine that we have this beautiful aura of amethyst, let's say, we can wear on this day, a blue sapphire. So then Saturn is ruling the day, but what is happening? The moon is, like I said, in battle gaze, day of knowledge, researching the occult, researching hidden secrets, sharing your knowledge with others, expanding also your consciousness knowledge. It is good for business. It is good for business. It is good for some new beginnings, very good for new business beginnings for sure. So this is one thing. Then we have also, what is also very important is, of course, that for people who have Taurus ascendant or Venus on a key position in their horoscopes or who ruled by Mercury, they will feel this very much immediately. What is also great to do on this day, plant just everything, plant flowers, such beautiful, fruitful, benevolent day. You can travel, you can even negotiate financial deals you can do. This is really very interesting, very benevolent day, almost for everything except for surgeries. But you can do beauty procedures. This is one thing. And then let's look at the next day, which would be Sunday, 16th of May. Here the day is a little bit more tricky because we have the moon applying to make a conjunction with Mars. This is not, well, Mars participates, so we may need to be a bit cautious. We may need to, when we drive, when we participate in important, let's say, situation, when we, any activity that we perform, we need to make sure that it is very peaceful, that we don't get involved into risky situation because Mars is there. So this day is not appropriate for any medical intervention. You may, but really shouldn't be invasive. Traveling too, because of this position of Mars, plan everything very well and see if you really can postpone or this. When Mars participates, we always need to be careful. However, with very good planning, still we have Jupiter who is watching, and I think that it's not such a dangerous day, but it's always good to take into consideration. Then on this day, new beginnings, I would say not, you had the chance to do this the day before. And also you can plant anything. Also, the day is ruled by the sun. Welcome the sun. Imagine the aura around yourselves of orange, yellow. Imagine how healthy you become from the sun. And also you can wear, let's say, ruby would be very, very appropriate. And then you have the 17th of May, Monday. On Monday, the moon is in very Martial degrees. Yes, it's separating from Mars, but it's still on very, very Martial degrees, where you have the star Pollux, one of the two great twins. Star Pollux is the Martial one. So, well, again, day to be careful. If you do medical interventions, well, they shouldn't be invasive, should be very careful. When you travel, when you negotiate, you should be careful. Monday is ruled by the moon. You welcome the sun, you imagine, the moon is ruling. Fertility is so important. Nature, and you imagine around yourselves the aura that can be light blue, even light green, because this is the moon. And yes, and you imagine around yourselves really abundance, fertility. This is very, very important. For new business beginnings, not the day after would be better. Then indeed we have Tuesday, 18th of May, 5th lunar day, very powerful, much more appropriate for new business beginnings. You may do on this day new business beginnings, you may do medical interventions. Again, the moon is waning, so whatever you do, it shouldn't be waxing. My apologies. The moon is waxing, growing. So whatever we do, we should be very, when it is about medical intervention, it shouldn't be invasive. When the moon is waxing, this moon is too strong, too powerful. You can do beautiful things like beauty procedures, yes, creating beauty. You can travel, new beginnings. For any agriculture activity, this is beautiful, beautiful day. You can really do a lot indeed when you plant, pray, say a prayer in the four corners of your garden. Make sure that you that you do everything in complete harmony with nature. And also because the day is ruled by Mars this day, you can imagine again, you welcome the sun if you do that, and you imagine around yourselves the red aura. Imagine how, if you're tired and if you're lacking energy, how you suddenly get energized. And then you can wear red coral or garnet. Then we have 19th of May, which is Wednesday, which is the 6th lunar day. Still benevolent lunar day for new beginnings, for non-invasive medical interventions. Actually, yes, carefully, because Saturn makes here opposition, which is almost exact. But non-invasive medical interventions you can do. When you travel, when you negotiate, carefully, because again, Saturn, but the moon is detaching from aspect with Saturn, so it's not so bad, and Venus is watching. So we have many harmonious aspects too. This is not the most benevolent day for new beginnings, but if, let's say, you missed the 15th, you can take this day. And then because it's Wednesday, you know, Mercury is the Lord of the day. He's still visible, very powerful, beautiful. You can get really a lot of knowledge when you are researching, when you're searching on this day, when you address Mercury, when you welcome the sun. Imagine around yourselves the aura that could be yellow or green, and you can wear emerald, and you will be having the awareness, the knowledge that Mercury is ruling the day. So this would be very good. Then we have Thursday, 20th of May, 7th lunar day. The 7th lunar day is considered always to be critical because, well, it is critical lunar day. The ancients would avoid any very important activities during this lunar day. It is indeed so. However, the moon is in the degrees of the star of the Regulus, the royal star, in the heart of the lion. Very important, beautiful, beautiful degrees of courage. Yes, if you have something unfinished, if you want to do important work which requires your courage, do it. But still keep in mind that the ancients were not very active on this day. The number 7 numerologically maybe has this meaning, but also moon and the sun are creating a square, not non-harmonious aspect. However, still this is very powerful day, can be very benevolent even. You experience very strong energies of this day, of the lion, courage, medical interventions, even with the 7th lunar day, due to the good placements, I would do any of these new beginnings. Some of them depends, of course, on the activity, but you can travel. When you negotiate and travel, still prepare well because of the nature of the lunar day, but the celestial configurations look very well to me. Also, this is day which is ruled by Jupiter, so you welcome the sun, you imagine Jupiter is ruling the day, you imagine aura around yourselves again of abundance, protection, joy, happiness, and then you imagine the color to be yellow, orange, and you can wear citrine or yellow sapphire on this day. And then we have, excuse me, Friday, 21st of March, 8th lunar day. Here the moon is in very interesting position of a very strong astrological star. So obviously so good for people who do astrology, who are astrologers, who research and study astrology. Beautiful degrees also for courage, of course, very much. On this day you can do a lot, new beginnings. You can travel, even medical interventions you can do. This is very beautiful day, very benevolent, ruled by Jupiter. You welcome, ruled by Venus, excuse me, it is Friday, it's ruled by Venus. You welcome the sun. You imagine around yourselves pink, white, pure aura. Imagine love, abundance, joy, fertile lands, whatever you love, to anything that is related to love, fertility, abundance. And then you can wear rose quartz, pink tourmaline, very good day for that. Well, yes, this day is good almost for everything. Just lovely day. Travel, negotiate, plant, anything. This is about Friday. Very good day. Let's see now. Saturday, 22nd of May, 9th lunar day. Here the moon is in the not very fertile degree. So for agriculture, to work out your land, but not really to plant probably. Also, except for some cultures, but yeah, also the moon is in very interesting, knowledgeable business degrees. So for business, these degrees are really good for negotiations, for traveling, for new beginnings, for some medical interventions. Really another very good day, even though it's Saturday, it's ruled by Saturn. So what can we do? Of course, we, again, the same thing, we welcome the sun and we imagine Saturn is ruling, the great lord of karma. We have to be thankful and imagine that he's making our karma, our destinies easier. And we can wear dark colors and we can wear blue sapphire or amethyst on this day. Actually, it's a very good day. Also, not to mention that on every day, according to the planetary day, we can gather the right herbs, because now is the season for those of you who are interested in herbalism. Then you have Sunday, day of the sun, very good day, very interesting, with great trine on heaven, very good trine. Well, Mars is squaring the moon, but the trine is also so good that the square may not influence us very heavily. Still, this is Sunday, the sun rules the day, the greatest Lord, he rules the day. So we welcome the sun, we imagine that he's giving us health and beauty and just and good energy and healing energy. And you imagine around yourselves the color to be red, orange, and you can wear ruby. And on this Sunday, a very good day, even though Mars squares the moon. On the other hand, Venus trines the moon. So what to tell you, it looks like a good day. But to be on the safe side, I would tell you, don't do medical interventions on this day. Well, to travel, I don't see danger. Seems that these 15 days of the first lunar crescent will be quite good, and it will give us many opportunities. Now let's look at Monday, 24th of May, 11th lunar day. Moon is with Spica, beautiful for abundance, for doing your agriculture, anything pretty much you can plant. Good for your business, good for creating a beauty, for spiritual activities, to travel, to negotiate, very, very good. This is about Monday, day of the moon. You welcome the sun, you imagine moon rules the day. You imagine the aura to be very light green or blue, and you imagine that the moon is protecting you, your land gives you wisdom. We can wear aquamarine, you can wear pearls. Pearls are beautifully appropriate for the moon. You can do a lot on this day. Business, travel, negotiate, can be benevolent for your business, for creative activities, creating whatever, art, beauty, doing beauty procedures. 25th of May, Tuesday. The moon is in the vicinity of the star Gamma, star of creativity, star which makes her our product visible. Like you create beauty, you create art, and this piece of art will become visible. So create beauty on the 25th of May, Tuesday. Medical procedures, not. Travel, really to be careful, but to create beauty, to get yourself involved into activities which involve exact knowledge, exact sciences. You will get good result. Finances, also good. But the day is not very harmonious if you would do medical procedures and if you would be traveling. Also, this is not the most fertile day if you're going to plant or seed, because yeah, such is the day. Then we have Wednesday, 26th of May. We are approaching the full moon day, the 13th lunar day. And well, we are approaching also the eclipse. So 25th, 26th, 27th eclipse. This is the eclipse which is happening in Scorpio, on the axis of Scorpio, Taurus. Scorpio is the poison, Scorpio is disease. Well, this can activate the thoughts, fears of people. I'm telling you, these such fearful thoughts can put you on the very low state of vibration, and you can really get yourself some sort of held this harmony. So we just look at this eclipse as an opportunity to know, like a portal that will give us knowledge, and also we look at this as an opportunity to find healing, and to, because the remedies and the poisons, but the poisons are being used in homeopathy, are all in Scorpio. So yeah, 26th, indeed, 25th, 26th, 27th, these 3 days are not very harmonious, indeed, because of the influences of the eclipse. So avoid traveling, don't watch the eclipse, I advise. Avoid indeed traveling, because I have very bad personal experience while traveling during eclipse. It was such a nightmare travel that I never do this again. If I can avoid, if we can avoid, if you cannot avoid and you need to travel and you need to perform something, to start something new, or you cannot do any other way, pray, surround yourself with, with protection and with, well, pray. The spirit world can help us, but I'm telling you, if you can avoid anything around 25th, 26th, 27th, avoid. I still cannot forget my experience with the eclipse and traveling. So yes, so have a great half month and full month and everything. And well, see you soon. I will be making a separate video to describe the eclipse, how this eclipse is will influence our lives, and see you soon.